Infantry guns played an important tactical role during World War II, and were widely equipped at the battalion and company levels. When soldiers encountered tough targets such as machine gun nests and fortified buildings, they could promptly call for infantry guns to effectively strike. Sometimes, the infantry guns even took on the task of anti-armor, highlighting the importance of this weapon in the military environment at that time. However, the Soviet Army lacked infantry guns in the early stages of the war due to military thinking and other issues. The old-fashioned M1947 76mm guns were in short supply, and the troops suffered losses in combat. One of the Soviet Army's temporary solutions was to issue the M1937 45mm anti-tank guns to grassroots units. Although these guns were not very large and had moderate weight, they were designed for anti-tank purposes and were more suitable for anti-armor operations. However, their APHE ammunition was not powerful enough for anti-fortification and anti-building operations. In 1943, the Soviet Army acquired a more specialized infantry gun, the M1943 76mm regimental gun. This was a relatively obscure weapon, with a relatively small quantity and low production priority. Production ceased in 1945, and it seems to have not appeared in military events after World War II. The M1943 was a composite weapon, with its barrel and hydraulic recoil mechanism partly derived from the previously mentioned M1927 76mm gun. The barrel underwent appropriate modernization without changing its firing performance. The barrel was 1.25 meters long, with interrupted screw breech closure and a firing rate of 10 to 12 rounds per minute. The gun carriage of the artillery came from the M1942 45mm anti-tank gun, which was actually an upgraded version of the M1937, with the most significant change being a longer barrel that increased the initial velocity of the ammunition. The M1943 infantry gun adopted this gun carriage to save on research and development time. It could withstand the recoil of 76mm shells and supported a larger range of directional firing, making combat more flexible. The M1943 had a total directional firing range of 60 degrees, with a barrel elevation angle of -8 degrees to +25 degrees. The gun was equipped with a gun shield for protection, and the upper half of the gun shield could be folded forward to reduce height. The M1943 could fire 4 types of ammunition, of 350 and .350A high-explosive shells with a muzzle velocity of 262 meters per second and a maximum range of 4,200 meters, and 2 types of armor-piercing shells with a muzzle velocity of 311 meters per second and an effective range of 1,000 meters. The armor-piercing depths of the 2 shells were 70 mm and 100 mm, respectively. The M1943 infantry gun weighed only 600 kilograms and was operated by a 6-person crew. The gunners could manually maneuver it over short distances on the battlefield to provide direct fire support for infantry combat. It proved to be successful, but its appearance came a bit late. As the war progressed, the Soviet Army's inventory of tanks and various artillery greatly increased, leading to a natural decrease in reliance on infantry guns in tactical operations centered around tanks and howitzers. A total of 5,122 M1943 guns were produced, significantly fewer than other artillery pieces that were produced in the tens of thousands.